Hi guys, GloryHunter back with another Let's Talk. Today we're going to be talking about collecting, specifically my collecting, and it's a question that comes from somebody who recently commented on, I think, my last Let's Talk video, Tony Hatwell. So it's for you, mate. Thanks for the comment, and we're going to do my best to walk you through my mind of collecting. So he asked what got me into collecting and what drives me to collect for a certain thing, so games, movies, that kind of thing. And the easiest answer to that is I'm a hoarder. I've said it before on some of my videos. I'm a massive hoarder, a massive collectomaniac, if that's a thing. I just like collecting things. I have huge collections of many things. Most that I've not talked about before or have that you can see. So obviously the games, the movies. I collect rare coins and books, CDs, trading cards, just loads of stuff. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of a big hobby of mine, is collecting. And because I'm a hoarder, I don't like throwing things away. So if I start something, it'll just build up and then eventually it's a collection. And I just don't like getting rid of stuff, really. So that's the easy kind of answer to that. So what got me into collecting, I suppose, is that I wouldn't throw anything away. So eventually stuff would build up and it would be, well, this is now a collection. And when I've collected one thing, I'd move on to something else or collect for multiple things at the same time. So obviously I collect my video games now, really getting into that, mainly thanks to this community that I've now kind of become a part of and getting into. I always had games that I built a small collection up of when I got a new system. Obviously when I was younger, I was working, but the money wasn't great or what have you, and I had to save for various things, so a lot of it didn't go onto my gaming, so I was limited to the titles I got and that kind of thing, or how many I could buy. I'm lucky enough not to have so much that problem now, or you can get obviously games so cheap now. It's not so much of an issue. But yeah, just over the last year or so, just finding people on YouTube, watching their videos, seeing what kind of stuff they're getting, and thinking, well, yeah, I can kind of do that as well, which is what started my channel off, and just really getting into and enjoying collecting for the systems that I have, collecting games that I either couldn't afford back in the day, could never get a hold of, just never got to play, and now finding them games and being able to play them and own them, it's just a good feeling. So there's that as well. And obviously movies, I've always been a massive movie fan. I even used to work in a cinema a few years back, and just being, it's that kind of same as gaming, it's the escapism, I suppose, just putting yourself into that world of that movie or that game and enjoying it and just getting lost for them few hours. And I don't know, I had this thing with movies especially, if I ever seen a film on TV or around with friends or obviously at the cinema, I just had this thing where I then had to own the film. And again, just went out, I'd buy the film. Everything that I do own is full retail, and it's bought from a shop new. I've got nearly probably 2,500, nearly 3,000 films now, and none of them are copies. Like, I don't agree with copies. I don't like getting copies. I like to have the real deal, as it were. I like to have the real thing, and it just makes your collection that more, I suppose, impressive or more meaningful to have that. So that's nice. And like I said, then I go into places like HMV and you get like 5 DVDs or Blu-rays for like 20 quid and just bulk buy loads, which is a great way of building a collection if it's something you want to do. Just bulk buying for cheap and you soon get a big collection up. And like I say, you get lost, or I got lost with how many I was buying, I suppose, or building it up until you've got so many. It's like, wow, this is actually a pretty big collection. So yeah, there was that. And a lot of my films are martial arts based, or have some kind of fighting in. Being a martial artist myself, again, something else, one of my main hobbies. It's always nice to see martial art actors or martial arts in films, and I just enjoy watching them. So every opportunity I get to find a martial art film, I try and add it to the collection. So a good chunk of my collection, probably 60-70%, are martial art films, or have some kind of martial arts in them, or a martial arts actor, not necessarily just a martial arts film. So yeah, what is there more to say, really? Obviously, not everybody is, I suppose, as lucky as me to either have a room to display it all, or to put it all, to hoard it all. Fully understand that. Most people probably have children or other priorities, or maybe not as many rooms in a house to have that. And that's probably where my I don't know, problem, if you like, lies, is that I have this room, this time to display it all, so I just keep adding to it and not getting stuff away, and it's building up. So yeah, it can be perceived as a problem. It's not a problem for me until stuff starts piling up and getting out of the room, around the house more, and I can't move in the room. Yes, there's some collector's editions here I'm still sorting through to find space for. But yeah, until I can't display it properly and it goes away, then I think it's fine. If it starts to take over too much, then I will look at culling stuff and maybe even getting rid of some collections. Like I said, I collect so many things. There's some collections I need to stop on. Like some of my trading cards now, I've stopped collecting for sets and stuff just because I've got so many. I'm just trying to save space and collect stuff that I'm really enjoying at the minute. My movies, especially my Blu-ray steelbooks. I love collecting steelbooks or movies and games. I'm really trying to build the game collection at the minute as well. That's kind of my biggest ongoing collection at the moment. Yeah, I'm hoping this is kind of making sense to you. You're looking where to go with your collecting. With any collection of collecting anything, like I've said before, I think on my pop collecting video, it's find stuff for cheap. If you're wanting a big collection of something, always look for the cheap option. Search around online. Multiple stores will sell the same product, but the prices will vary so much. So just try and find it cheap for yourself. Obviously, that's going to help with your collection. Bulk buy. Like sometimes if you're collecting movies and stuff, like say H&V, you can probably find 5 for 20 quid rather than spending 20 quid on one title. And stuff will always get cheaper the longer it's gone out. So, for example, if you want the newest game or movie, when it first comes out, it's going to be top end price. It's going to be expensive, 20 to 40 quid movie or game. You wait a few, even weeks sometimes, or months, that price is going to drop fast. So unless you really want to play that game day one, then just hold out. I mean, I will only now buy a game day one if it's a collector's edition that I know I probably won't be able to get hold of. If a game doesn't have a collector's edition, it's a standard edition. Unless I really, really want to play it, I'll hold off, because usually, like, game, within a week or two, they'll slash 10 quid off it straight away. Half price it. And again, you'll find it in a few months. That game's going to be really cheap. I've got plenty of games to play in the meantime, and I'll just pick it up on the cheap, like I did with The Division recently. Got it for $9.99, and yeah, I don't mind that. I've just saved like 30-40 quid on a game, and that money can be spent elsewhere for other collections and such. Same with films. Unless you really want to watch that film right now, just hold out. It will go in a multi-deal, or the price will just go down. And it's a great way to save money and build a collection. You can buy multiple titles for the price of one. So that's always good. And it just goes kind of without saying, but it's always good to say. What draws me to a specific collection was also added on to that comment. And I don't know, I suppose it's just stuff I enjoy. So obviously I enjoy gaming, so I want, a decent game library, something to play. Although as gamers, we always have that feeling of you can have these shelves be full of games, yet we've never got anything to play. Same, I suppose, as, not to stereotype, but women, they'll have a wardrobe full of shoes, yet they've got nothing to wear, and that kind of thing. It's just that having too much of something and without realising, I suppose, and knowing you always want something more. It's, I suppose, just greed. But yeah, it's sort of fun at the end of the day. Movies, like I said, what drew me into that, my martial arts drew me into that, into watching martial artists on film. Obviously, Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, that kind of stuff for me. Watching their films and then really enjoying them, buying them, and then finding other actors and just stuff like that. And again, building up the library. And just enjoy watching films in general. Like, I'll watch anything and give it a go. And then if I watch, like I say, I'll buy it. If a film has a sequel, regardless of whether everyone's saying it's rubbish or crap, I still want to see what happens with the story, with the characters, and I'll get it regardless and add it to the collection as well. So that's another thing. And depending what it is you're wanting to collect, always do a bit of research first. Like I said with my pop ones, if you want to collect a specific set, see if there's one that's more expensive or rarer. And if you can't get a hold of it and you're wanting a complete collection, then maybe don't go for that one, or go for the rarest one first to make sure you can get it. Yeah, collecting of anything, it's a personal thing. It's what you enjoy. Collect what you enjoy collecting. If it's a game, collect something that you're going to enjoy playing. If it's a movie, it's something that you can enjoy watching. Just something that you can enjoy owning at the end of the day. I mean, most of my collection of stuff I hope to share with my nephew. He's now only 3, but when he grows up, I hope to enjoy playing some of these games with him and watching some of these movies with him. And that would be great for me, just to spend that time with him. And obviously, if you have kids yourself, to build them collections onto your kids. If they enjoy collecting it, watch them build their collections as well, or just enjoying your collection with your siblings and with your children. Obviously, that'd be nice as well. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I mean, again, I'm lucky enough that my missus also have kind of similar interests as well, with especially with gaming and stuff. We're both kind of gamers, so we'll play our games together and stuff. Movies, there's a lot of movies she hasn't watched, which is where this is awesome. This collection comes in, and I can show her movies that she's not watched, which is many. Especially older films. She's a bit younger than me, so she missed out on films like The Goonies and stuff, and we recently watched it, and obviously she enjoyed it. And it's just nice to experience that film again with somebody who hasn't seen it, and just relive all them kind of emotions and fun and joy and what have you. So that's really good. Yeah, I hope I'm making some kind of sense for you, and this is kind of answering your question. I'm probably going off scale on some of it, but just talking about collecting in general. So yeah, when it comes down to it, I'm a hoarder. I don't like getting rid of stuff, and I just enjoy collecting. Collecting anything, multiple things. That's my problem. I'm a big fan of collector's editions as well, especially if they've got statues in. As you can probably see with these all around me, the man cave's changing again. I like anything with a statue in. I've just kind of got to have. You can't really see it at the minute, but my TV, which is behind me where you guys are, got 2 stands now with all my statues from my games in them, and it's looking really good. And when we get round to doing another room tour, when it's more done, you'll hopefully see that. Got a wall to the side of me with all my assassins on from Assassin's Creed games, and they just look really good. And if the glare's not too bad in this unit, you can probably see some of my Marvel figures, which collect some else I'm ongoing collecting. There's a fortnightly magazine with a Marvel movie figure, and they're just really nice, and they look great in a glass cabinet. And other stuff, you can probably see my mask down here from Dishonored, and various collectibles that I've now got in glass shelves. So it's always nice if you have a collection to be able to display it as well, so you can enjoy it yourself and look at it. There was nothing worse, especially when I first moved in, and having everything in boxes, not being able to see or find it, and just enjoy it. So yeah, if you're going to collect something, have something you like looking at and enjoying, which is an obvious thing to say. You don't want to collect something you don't enjoy or don't like. So yeah, whatever your passion is, just go for it. Enjoy it. Collect on the cheap. Collect in bulk if you can. Not everything is maybe possible to do that. But yeah, and I'm repeating myself quite a bit now, so I apologise for that. I hope this has answered your question as best as I can, and give you some kind of ideas or thoughts. Let me know if it has helped, Tony, and anyone else. If you have any questions for me, personal or about any of my collections, let me know in the comments, and we can do more videos on them for anything that you guys want to know about. So hit a like if you've enjoyed this. Any comments, bang them down in the comment box and let me know. And subscribe for future videos. Got many more of these to come, hopefully. And again, massive thanks to all my subscribers. I've said it before, this channel started out as kind of a bit of fun and to show just friends or family some of the stuff that I was getting and owning, and then became part of this kind of community which has taken me in, if you like, and really enjoying it. Enjoy watching other people's content. There's still people I'm finding all the time. So yeah, don't be afraid to let me know about your channel, whatever. I'd love to check stuff out. If there's channels I should be checking out, let me know, guys. Electronic Collectors does a great job of shouting people out all the time as well, so it's always nice to find other people, watch their channels, their contents, and just see what people are picking up and stuff. It's always interesting to me as well. So it's great to be part of this community. It really is awesome. It means a lot for everyone that's subscribing. Like I say, we're nearly hitting 100 now, so it's just phenomenal. So I never thought I'd get more than 10, 15, 20 people, and now to be nearly 100. Wow. Cheers, guys. So subscribe for future videos. Thanks a lot to everybody who subscribed so far, and we will see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.